Montgomery County Public Schools is the 16th largest school district in America and one of the most diverse, with students from more than 164 countries. In recent years, MCPS has been challenged by a growing population of English language learners, special education students, and children impacted by poverty. MCPS has also faced tough budget constraints, but continues to raise test scores and measures of achievement for all student groups.
Our success is no secret. It's about hard work and our commitment to what I call the 4 Ps: the people, the plan, the process, and the persistence. We put our people first because with 22,000 employees and 145,000 students and their families, it's the right thing to do, and it's how you get results.
We analyze performance data, sharing our findings with our leaders, teachers, and other stakeholders. And this process caused us to significantly shift how we do business and where we put resources so all students could succeed.
As we started on our reform efforts, we realized while we had a pretty good system, we weren't achieving for all kids. And the Board of Education and the superintendent worked together to come up with priorities.
So our original plan was called Call to Action. And what we did was face it. We ran towards the fire rather than away from it, used our data to make a storyboard, depict the problem.
In the process, we wanted to do 2 things: raise the bar and close the gap. And that was our mantra in terms of looking at the data. One of our most successful strategies was to implement something called MSTAT, Montgomery County Statistics, in other words. And what we started to do was to look at certain data points.
We opened up these meetings to school principals and teachers to share the data and to have them question what could be done differently.
Then it evolved to having schools with best practices share those best practices. Not only do we have principals now, we have leadership teams looking at the data. Just peeling back that onion and putting strategies in place where we could make a difference for our kids.
More than 10 years ago, it was the operating budget that really drove our strategic planning. The past 10 years, it is really the strategic planning that has been directing the operating budget. In using data and reviewing which strategies and initiatives in the plan are really getting the results, we've been able to direct the resources to those programs and those priorities to make sure that we're putting our resources into those strategies and initiatives that are really making a difference for kids.
The data pointed us to enact a number of initiatives to include enhancements to our early childhood programs, middle school reform efforts, and more rigorous class offerings at the high school level.
We did differentiated funding for schools of highest needs. Those were our highest priorities.
We reinvented our curriculum and built a process to assess if the changes were making an impact. We continue to use data to measure what is working and what needs improvement.
And the data showed us very compellingly that we absolutely had to develop a curriculum that would be consistently implemented and a curriculum that would articulate the goals.
All departments were charged with how they could do things more efficiently. For example, Human Resources launched an online applicant tracking system called MCPS Careers.
It's a huge time saving for hiring managers because at their desktop they're able to review all of the people who are interested in the jobs in their sites.
It is challenging to communicate with such a large number of employees, stakeholders, and parents, but we have processes and programs in place that foster information exchange. Through our websites, printed materials, TV programs, parent outreach efforts, and social media, we are able to share ideas and create two-way communications.
We have constant communication on the curriculum instruction meetings. We have math work groups, middle school work groups, high school work groups. We have budget meetings where all of our unions help build that budget. We have process improvement meetings. So it's constant feedback.
The Board of Education always wants to hear from members of the community. We've held strategic planning forums. They're a time to dialogue with the board about what's working, what's not working, what are your priorities, and how are our priorities in sync with the community. Every board meeting, we have the opportunity for individuals to come and give us public comment on a variety of issues. We take parent feedback and community feedback very seriously. One example of feedback that we got from community members and from our employee associations was behavior problems on school buses. And the board, working with the system, developed a Ride by the Rules campaign.
Parents are encouraged to get involved and voice their opinions by emailing teachers, attending parent-teacher conferences and back-to-school nights, and by joining an advisory council, the PTA, or a school improvement team.
As all the research says, when parents are more involved in their children's education, student achievement will increase. We've got workshops on understanding the Maryland School Assessment Program, how to get your child ready for college, how to finance your child's college education. And one of our most popular workshops that was created by our Parent Advisory Council is the How to Advocate Effectively for Your Child workshop.
Our Department of Family and Community Partnerships provides schools with strategies to reach out to families. We have study circles where small groups of parents, teachers, and students meet to talk about race, build cultural awareness, and tackle difficult situations and issues. Our Back to School Fair gives families a day of fun and information where they can talk with staff from every department and office. At our 4th annual fair this year, we had more than 12,000 families in attendance. Our new Parent Guide website gives parents information on how to navigate our school system, and our Parent Academy helps empower them.
Working with our unions, we've really focused on engaging all employees in the decision-making of the school system where everyone counts, everyone's voice is important.
And for newly hired employees, we start them off with our onboarding process.
Onboarding was just kicked off this year. It's a new process of how we really acculturate our employees into MCPS. I think when our employees come in and go through that process, they leave very excited.
The people that are hiring you are telling you, you're welcome. We'd like you to be here. We're happy that you're here. And where they have talked about the core values of the place without sending you a flyer saying these are core values, please review it and sign it and send it back. We get to talk about what those values are, what they mean, and how to incorporate those in our daily life.
Professional development classes help teachers to challenge and engage all students, embrace equity, differentiate their instruction, use technology, and teach a more rigorous curriculum.
Teachers have opportunities to use technology not only in the planning process because we have all of our curricula online, but also in the delivery process. At our fingertips now is the ability to check for understanding at any point in time. And because we have a tool called an ActiVote, and a question is asked and the teacher can wait with a matter of seconds to get a response from everyone in the classroom and immediately use that feedback to modify the instruction or change an instructional approach.
We also provided teachers training on data analysis, how to collect information on the run in the classroom on their students and then make sense of that data.
Teachers are given ample planning time to review and share this type of data, as well as best practices with fellow staff. These professional learning communities are also being created online through the MyMCPS Instructional Center.
Teachers are able to comment on each other's lessons, post lessons, rate instructional materials, add instructional resources, or even professional development resources. We'll even be able to show each other student work and determine, how is it you're getting these results in this school? How can I get the same results in mine?
MCPS is building equity for all students by breaking down instructional barriers. We are giving students of color access to advanced placement classes, including more and more students with special needs in the general education program, and increasing supports for our English language learners.
we had to ramp up our professional development for our non-ESOL colleagues. So the science teachers, the math teachers, the social studies teachers really have to understand how they can use research-based strategies to meet the linguistic and content needs of ESOL students right away.
In addition, ESOL counselors are there to help students with cultural challenges.
The role of the ESOL counselor really is to help mitigate those challenges so that the ESOL students are available for learning.
Students also set academic goals and track the results using data notebooks. Edline, our online reporting and achievement system, gives students immediate access to their academic progress.
Edline really empowers students in their education because it takes advantage of the internet and allows them to see every aspect of their class online when they're not in the classroom. So they can see grades for all of their assignments, and they can access online resources that the teacher posts.
Our 7 Keys to College Readiness puts in place clear academic benchmarks for students.
So for students who don't really have an idea of what exactly they're supposed to be doing, it really helps to set a focus for them and really helps them to achieve.
MCPS students are achieving and succeeding. This is evident in our results as well as testimonials from our students.
My teachers, my principal, they believed in me, and that helped me. That helped me believe in myself, and it helped me succeed.
I had the same background that people from really elite private schools in New England had. I mean, I think MCPS is the best education that you can not pay extra for.